Good morning and welcome to the channel. I want to work at trying to get some of this sanded down, some of the frame rail, get some rust converting spray on it, make it look a little nicer than it is, kind of oily and crappy looking. One of the other things I'd like to try to do today is mock up with cardboard and see how far we can get on the reservoirs for my windshield washer fluid, catch can, and overflow tank. So let's get into this and see how far we can get. Might also be removing the front grille. We'll see how far we get here. But removing the front grille might actually help us get in here, clear up some things, and get some of the stuff worked out here. So we're gonna jump into this. I'm not sure how much footage I'll actually be shooting. See how far we can get. Enjoy. Alright, I got a piece of cardboard here. I'm going to try to mock up a tank. It's going to kind of sit over here. So we're going to cut this thing out, figure out the size we need, and divide it into two partitions. Make sure we have enough room for each reservoir. Okay, here's the man with the plan. I did some measuring here. 7 inches by 6 inches by 18 inches long. So we're gonna cut another one out like this and kind of mock up a tank, tape it up maybe, and throw it in there, see what it looks like. I loaded the footage into my computer and was watching it of cutting out this thing here, and I got to thinking this is too big. What I have in mind, I think we're gonna turn it and move it back and make it a lot smaller, because I don't need a gallon coolant reservoir. Maybe half a gallon or less than that would be okay for the coolant reservoir. And the catch can does not need to be very big either. Maybe a quart at the most, a gallon and a half or so for the windshield washer fluid. So what we're gonna do is turn this thing, and I went and bolted this plate. I bolted that plate in really cool like. Looks really good. But I'm gonna turn it the other way and redo this plate. Might maybe just turn it like this. That might actually work. Just turn it. Snip off that side, snip off this side, and maybe cut this thing in about 2/3 of this size. And if it fits in here sideways between here and here, and maybe we'll have to go a little deeper. Then maybe this won't work. But we're gonna resize this thing, and then we'll see what it looks like. Alrighty, I got some stuff fabbed up here. I am liking this design a lot better than the other one. This other one was just plenty large, and I don't need that big, so we went a little more compact, and I'll just take this thing out of here. Divided it up like this. So we got our washer fluid here. That's right on a gallon, so yeah, I wouldn't mind it having a little bit bigger, but I wanted it less obnoxious when you look in here. And then these two compartments over here will be the coolant overflow and catch can. So it all tucks in nicely in the back there. I went and made a little leg on the bottom there, and got it fastened to the fender with those awesome little nut certs. And this thing just goes on top of here like that. There should be. This will probably be rerouted up on the side here, but I might cap this off kind of follow this. It looks a little cleaner. I don't know. And the whole idea is this thing is going to be blue to match. I'm going to get some more blue paint to match the fender. That way it's very minimal. And then there's these awesome billet screw caps that I want to get for the washer fluid and the coolant overflow. And then this one back here will have a filter cap on. So that's going to be sweet. I'll get those ordered. Put my final coat of paint on my engine mount brackets and transmission mount. Oops, I missed that one. All right, that last coat on. And I'm gonna have to go to Advanced Auto Parts to get my blue paint. I ran out, so they have 3 cans. I just caught them. This is New Year's Day, and I decided to come down and work at this thing a little bit more. Yesterday we were working at the catch can. Picked up my blue paint from Advanced Auto Parts, and we were doing some spraying here on the battery tray, which is looking very nice. So that's going to match the fenders and what I had painted inside here. I also stopped at Home Depot and bought a floor mat. Outside floor mat. I don't really like this pattern going on here. What this is for, I'm gonna have it flip like this, but it's gonna go and right down in here, and it's gonna cover this section up right here. See these little holes? There's supposed to be a flap kind of going down here, kind of covering this gap up to keep mud and dirt from flying up in. And also on this side, and it has to be flexible, and I'm gonna have to slit it to go around these the steering shaft and this brake line, but it's gonna cover this whole area. It's not going to go back as far as I wanted it to. I might have to make a smaller piece for the back to add on and kind of overlap, but it should look great. I'm going to jump inside here and start cutting. And I also bought these little Dorman rivets, 5/16 Dorman rivets, to go through the mat and fasten into those little holes there, which I just realized now I'm going to have to drill those out because these are 5/16. Got those nice little rubber flaps put in there. Looking good. Had to split it around the steering shaft there and the brake lines, but that is looking really nice. I'm not sure how this is going to work actually. I got to thinking about this. With the turbo mounted about up here, the downpipe is going to be going down right through that area right there. And this is just regular floor mat. I don't think it has any kind of heat resistance, so I'll probably end up cutting some of that out. We'll see how much heat there is there. Might have to heat wrap the downpipe with header wrap or whatever they call that stuff. I want to put one last coat on this thing here. Well, I think that's going to wrap the video up for today. Looking a lot fresher underneath here. If you liked the video today, give a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel here, subscribe. We will see you in the next video. Have a great night.